welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with my favorite video of the year. We are going to wrap my family's gifts together and we're gonna have a little chit chat about the year. And I know it's been a crazy year for pretty much all of us, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys about what has been going on. This is the video that I kind of do an end of the year wrap up of my life for the year, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys all about it and also to get these gifts finally all wrapped. I've got quite a stack of presents. This is only like the half of it. I've got a box of weirdly shaped gifts over there that we're gonna try to figure out together. I'm not sure. I did buy some gift bags to see if I can just cheat my way out of wrapping it, but I really like wrapping gifts compared to putting them in gift bags, so we'll see about that. We've got my little trusty gift wrapping partner here again, as usual, little JJ. He's really sleepy again today. When I was getting ready, he was just snoring away in my room, so if you hear snoring, it is the puppy. I'm sorry. I can't really do anything about it. And he's just so cute. You can't get mad at that face. Let me give you guys a close-up of the gift wraps that I'm going to use this year. So this one is from 2017. I don't know if you guys watched my previous gift wrapping videos, but this one was one of the rolls that I first bought. It is from Naturally Danny Seo. It is pink, gray, or like silvery and white, and it is super cute. I got it at Home Goods. It's never been used, still from 2017, so I forced myself to use it this year. And this one is from last year, if you've seen that video. It is from Burlington, and this was $2.99, and it's just this pretty pink and silver foiled wrapping paper. I loved that last year, so pretty. And this is the one that I bought this year in addition to these, just so I have a little accent color in there. And this is from Hallmark. I bought it at Dollar Tree, and it's only 15 square feet, so it's kind of small if you guys can already tell compared to these, but I just needed a little something extra, a little extra pop in there. But I think this color combo is gonna be really, really pretty. I'm so excited to start wrapping. Oh, and before I start wrapping and move back a little, let me show you guys a close-up while I'm all up in your grill of my earrings, because they're so cute. Can you guys see? It's Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. They're from Target, from that Sugar Fix by Bauble Bar, whatever that brand is called. I saw them on the website when they first started coming out with the Christmas stuff, and I just about died. I knew I had to have this. So I picked up these and also the ice skating ones because those were my favorites. But I do notice they're kind of loud when you like move around. It sounds like metal like clanking around your ears. So that's kind of interesting. And then this is the shirt that I'm wearing. It says, I just want to watch Christmas movies and bake things, which is my vibe all year round, to be honest. But I got this at Five Below, if you guys are wondering. Okay, so I'm gonna start wrapping my gifts from this angle and then do a close-up of the details as I start adding decor to the gifts, kind of like I've done the previous years, just because it's easier for me to do everything in order. And little JJ has already taken his spot behind all these gifts. I don't know if you guys can see him sleeping, but anyways, let's get started. So I wanted to talk to you guys about my year, like I said a billion times already in this video. But I mean, 2020 I feel like has been a pretty crazy year for everyone. You know, a lot of people have been home more than they've ever been in their lives, probably ever since they were younger. A lot of people working from home, a lot of people not being able to travel. It's been pretty crazy. And it's funny because at the beginning of this year, before I knew how bad this pandemic would get, I had this goal for myself to travel somewhere new every month, and I was kind of doing it. I was, well, not somewhere new necessarily, but just travel somewhere every month. And I did that in January, February, March, and then by April, of course, like we weren't really going anywhere anymore. But I just thought that was kind of ironic, the one year that I am like, oh, okay, I'm gonna travel more and do more things for myself. Like the world was just kind of just like, no, you won't do that. Obviously, I'm not just angry that I didn't get to travel this year, because there is a lot of bad things that happened this year. And a lot of people have been, you know, dealing with a lot of loss this year. And so I'm very much so counting my blessings that I'm safe and healthy, and my family has been safe and healthy, especially considering I have quite a lot of family members who work in the medical field and are frontline workers. And it's been such a blessing that everybody in my family has been okay. It has been a hard year, I feel like, especially for mental health. It has been very interesting to see a lot of people being more open to talking about the fact that they're struggling about being home because they're not used to it. And a lot of people have been, I think, thinking more and having more alone time to think than usual. And for a lot of people, that's not a great thing, because having those distractions in life really, you know, helps you not sit at home being depressed all day. But it's very interesting at the same time to see a lot of people do things that they've never done before. Like, I've seen a lot more people hiking and going outdoors and just hanging out with their family a lot more than before, and it's kind of nice just seeing that side of things. So it all depends, once again, like everything in life, how you see, you know, things that are happening. You can choose to see the miserable side of it, which is realistic, I get it, but also it doesn't help your mental health if you just sit there and just think about all the negative stuff, which is something that I personally am still working on, just in general, because of my anxiety and all that stuff. Like, I just tend to think of the worst case scenarios all the time, which is a bad habit, and it is one that I am working on for sure. But anyways, that's not even, I just went on a tangent already on the first gift, didn't even get anywhere yet. But I wanted to update you guys on some of the things that are going on in my life that have developed over this year. So I meant to film a video with my setup of my happy planner for this year, and I totally did not, because I still need to finish working on my planner. But I ended up creating this vision board for myself in the beginning of my happy planner for this year. And I did a little 2x2 layout, and I think it's like 9 or 12 different 2x2 squares. And so I ended up doing a little vision board on there, and I put a bunch of things that I wanted to do for myself over this year, which, you know, this was before I really knew that we were going to be in lockdown and things were going to kind of be on pause, you know, this year. So I obviously had some visions on that vision board that could not happen this year, but that's okay, because we've got next year, we've got the next year after that. So I ended up adding quite a few things that I've always wanted for myself but didn't really ever get done, and I'm really excited to tell you guys that I achieved quite a lot of these things on my vision board, and looking back at it is just very crazy, because honestly I didn't think that I would be where I am right now. But I do want to update you guys, because I feel like I have shared a lot of my life on this channel, but especially my blog channel. And it's just, I feel like a lot of you guys are my friends now. I have made quite a lot of friends through this, you know, YouTube and crafting journey, and I do talk to them about a lot of the things that are going on in my life. But, you know, I just wanted to do a little update on this channel in case you guys don't follow me on Instagram, which you definitely should, because I post a lot of things there. Random things, you know, shopping trips, things like that, and also about when I post videos and stuff. But it is at simplyroselynne, just like it's spelled here, in case you guys didn't follow it already, you know, shameless plug. But anyways, I posted a post on there about my vision board, I think a month ago or 2 months ago, I'm not entirely sure. But I talked about how I had started going back to school, and I ended up enrolling in a masterclass to become a certified wedding and event planner, which is something that I've thought about, you know, honestly throughout my life, about how much I love weddings and how much I love planning things. And I ended up doing a lot of planning in my school days back then, when I was in a lot of student government positions, and that's just how it was throughout my school career. And I never really put 2 and 2 together that I could actually do it as a career, just because I kind of grew up in a culture, you know, Filipinos, they don't really see that as a real career. But as the year began, I kind of was thinking about it more and more, and there was just so many things in my life that were pointing to it, and I felt like it was something I was called to do. So I ended up, you know, deciding in the beginning of this year that I'm finally gonna go for it. And I had such a great support system of people who were like, you know what, just do it, like go for it. If that's what you want, then do it. And I was like, okay, so then I'm gonna do it. So I ended up looking up different schools and stuff, and by the middle of this year I enrolled, because I had a lot of things going on in the beginning of the year, a lot of traveling, so I couldn't really, you know, start yet. And so I'm currently enrolled still, but I did take my certification exam and all that, so I am officially a certified wedding and event planner, which is super exciting for me. It was a weird adjustment. It was very, very interesting, but it's been very, very, I think, rewarding so far. So my master class is actually a program that has 6 classes in it, and so far I'm halfway and I'm ahead of schedule, and I'm very excited about that. So, you know, just keep an eye out. I'm sure one day soon, when I am closer to finishing the entire master class, I will post about more of my wedding planning and all that stuff. But I wanted to share with you guys just that update because it was such an exciting and almost liberating moment for me. Also challenging, just really deciding to commit to this, because obviously I was a bio major and I thought that I really wanted that, and it's hard realizing after so many years that that wasn't what I wanted. I mean, I already knew it, but I kind of was just like, okay, I can convince myself to fall in love with this career and all that stuff. And I really liked science. I was really good at it, and don't get me wrong, like I enjoyed a lot of it, but I knew I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. So I finally bit the bullet, and I'm finally, oops, dropped it on JJ. Good thing he didn't wake up. But I'm finally, you know, following my dreams, you know what I mean? And it's a pretty liberating thing. And, you know, leave it to 2020 to be the year that I finally do that. And it kind of is perfect, you know, the whole lockdown stuff. It kind of gave me time to start doing my classes, and it kind of stinks that I am taking my classes at home because I would have to go on campus if it wasn't, you know, closed. But it's all good. At least I'm still getting the education that I need and stuff, and some of it's been pretty challenging, like I said, but it's been pretty awesome. Anyways, that is what I wanted to talk about with that. And another huge goal, I think that honestly 2020 was the year of, you know, achieving a lot of personal goals for myself. Another goal that I was able to finally achieve for myself was one that has haunted me for years and years, but I didn't post this one on my Instagram, but I finally got my driver's license this year. And I know that might not sound like a big deal to a lot of you guys, but I've struggled for years with having really bad driving anxiety, to the point where I would have panic attacks when I get behind the wheel or even think about getting behind the wheel. It was really bad. Over the years, I've had a lot of people who are close to me, you know, come in and out my life promising, you know, I'll be the one that helps you. Because, you know, a lot of people were always just like, you know, you need your license. That's the way you'll get your freedom. That's the way you'll be able to do everything that you need. You need that for your job. You need that for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know, I want it. It's not that I don't want it. It's just that I mentally am like, it's dangerous, you know, if you're having a panic attack behind the wheel. You know what I mean? It's just like, logically, it's just not safe. And I knew that that was the biggest hurdle for me. And I ended up taking, you know, lessons at a school too with teachers who specialized in working with students with driving anxiety. And honestly, like, it helped, and it was really expensive. It helped, but it still didn't get me there. Somehow I got blessed with this angel in my life, and he has the patience of a saint, and he helped me through it. And we were practicing for months, days on end, like through my panic attacks, through everything, and I got my license. And for me, that was the most, it almost feels better than getting my diploma. And that's kind of crazy to say. I know for some people they got it like that, but when you have the anxiety over you, it is such a weight. Okay, so my camera stops filming every 15 minutes and I didn't even realize, so I'm not entirely sure where it cut me off, and I really should start looking at the camera more to see if the red button is on. So I'm gonna try to do that. So I'm not entirely sure where it cut me off, but anyways, I'm just gonna continue. But like I was saying, the only reason honestly that I got my license is because I had someone with the patience to be in the passenger seat with me and help me through my anxiety. And that's the thing, like, a lot of people who we're like, you know, why don't you just do it? It's so easy. Just get behind the wheel and do it. It's not that easy. When you have anxiety, it's not that easy. The simplest tasks seem so hard, and then you feel worse about yourself because you're like, well, it's so easy for everyone else. I know mentally it's easy, but why can't I do it? Why can't I get over it? And it's just like that constant cycle of like beating yourself up because you're like, I know I should be able to do this, but I can't. Why can't I? It was just like a big battle for me, just day in and day out, always feeling like I know I should be able to do this, but why can't I? And I'm such an overachiever throughout my life. I've always been that way, so just not being able to do it, it was very hard. And along with that, I've always had people saying, you know, I'll help you, I'll be the one. And just for years and years I was hearing those promises. So when my boyfriend promised, you know, he was like, let me help you. And that was before we were even, you know, officially dating too. And then I was like, are you sure? Because you don't know what I'm like when you try to make me drive. And he's like so patient and so wonderful, and I just don't know how he did it, but yeah, he was just so amazing. And by the end of it, I already knew I could drive, even though I was still like shaky the day of the test because I just was, you know, test anxiety, driving anxiety, all of that put together was, it was just great combo. But he was there with me at my test right before it while I was shaking, you know, calming me down. And he's just such a saint, and I'm so thankful, because not that many people would have the patience with me. And I know that I'm difficult sometimes, and a lot of how I have been able to achieve so much this year is because I've had that support from my partner and his drive pushing me. And it's just like every day he makes me want to be a better version of myself. And I don't think I've ever felt this push from anyone in my entire life. And it's just been so great and so magical seeing myself achieve all these things and him just be by my side and support me this entire time. It's been very beautiful, very different, and I've just never felt so heard, never felt so understood. With anxiety and stuff, it's very hard to talk about things and not feel like you're being a burden and all that stuff, and he just makes me feel so safe, and I'm so thankful. And that's one of the things I just wanted to, you know, touch upon in this video. It's just like the support system part of it. I'm so grateful for the things that I've been able to be blessed with this year, considering, you know, the year that we're all having. I'm just counting my blessings, and I'm thankful that I get to share this crazy year and all these crazy things that are going on with a wonderful person who, you know, has helped me achieve things and gave me the support that I never thought I could ever have, especially when it comes to switching careers and stuff. Like going back to school, that was not an easy thing to do, especially, you know, at my age. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm 27. I'm turning 28 next month. But all things considered, that is kind of old. But yeah, I was just really excited to share with you guys the fact that, you know, I got my license. No one really knows in my personal life. A lot of people have known about my struggle with driving anxiety and just not having my license in general, especially my friends, because, you know, whenever we hung out, I was the one that everyone had to pick up and worry about driving home and all that stuff, and I hated that so much. I hated feeling like the burden of the friend group, you know what I mean? And sometimes that made me not want to even see anybody because I just didn't want to have to be like, oh, can somebody pick me up? But now I can go do things. I can grocery shop on my own without having to walk. Not that many people know, only like my family know, my boyfriend knows, and that's about it. And I'm gonna keep it that way in my circle. I know I'm telling basically all of you guys right now, but you know, just a little something. Let's just keep that to ourselves. I think that this year especially, there's a lot of people who have been forced to kind of face their mental health in different ways than they've ever had to before, because it's very easy to escape yourself when you're busy working, commuting to work, and then working 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day, and then coming home and then just going to sleep and eating, and that's all. It's so easy to just ignore what problems you're going through and to push it down. But now that people are at home, and working from home, they ain't really got a choice. So I'm praying for all of you guys who are finding yourselves struggling right now, especially with mental health and physical health. You know, a lot of people are dying and it's very scary. But, you know, mental health is just, it's the silent killer, you know what I mean? And it's something that just eats away at you. And I'm praying for all of you guys who are struggling out there, because it's very hard to go through. And if you guys are finding yourselves with a lack of support and you find yourselves wanting to talk to somebody, you know, you can always reach out to me. You can always message me on Instagram. I think I mentioned this in my video last year, but I really mean it. If you guys need somebody to talk to, I know what it's like to not have anyone to talk to, and just DM me. I am always here to listen, no matter who you are, whether you're a subscriber or not, I don't care. If you need somebody, just message me, because it's important to just have somebody there, even if it's a stranger through a screen. I finally finished this roll from 2017. Goodbye. Okay, so that is all of the regular easy boxes to wrap. So let me get the funky shaped ones. We're gonna try to figure out how to wrap these gifts, because I'm not entirely sure still. So I actually have a few gifts that are kind of normal shaped, so I can wrap those pretty easy. I'm gonna try to use these scraps because I've got quite a bit. So now let's try to wrap this one. This one I think is going to be the hardest thing I have to wrap. And of course it's for my boyfriend's parents, so I want it to look good. I think that was the hardest gift I've ever had to wrap in my life. Okay guys, so I'm finally done wrapping everything. This time it took a lot longer than usual because there was so many weirder shaped boxes, but I worked with what I got. It was I feel very accomplished though that I finished all 3 paper rolls. This is the first year ever. Let's make that a tradition. I doubt that's gonna happen next year, but hey, I'm really proud of myself that I was able to finish 3 rolls. That feels so good. But I'm gonna switch up the camera angle now so that you guys can see some better close-ups of the details while I decorate. I'm not gonna do something crazy at all. I feel like I never really do decorate like crazy, but I do have a lot of things to put on these gifts. We'll see what ends up happening. I have some Pinterest ideas in my mind. Will they translate? Probably not, but we will see what we decide to do. I'm gonna show you guys some of the new things that I picked up for this year. JJ's like snoring up a storm back here, so yeah, I guess that's it for him. He's knocked out and he's down for the count. It's time for my favorite part, and let's get decorating. Okay, so first things first, I know this angle is a little weird, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you guys the new things that I picked up for this year that I'm going to try to use. We'll see about that. This is all the ribbon that I picked up for this year. Actually, these are all from Dollar Tree this year. But I got this silver mesh, I don't know, I just picked it up because I was like, ooh, it was in the Christmas section. I got these like white and silver ribbons here. I don't know if you'll see because the shadow from the bigger one, but it's like kind of like a satin material. There's these two pink sheer ribbons. So I got two of the pinks on that and then two of these white and silver wired ribbons from the wedding section. I also have my whole stack of ribbons in my stash. Right here, my little drawer, which I showed you guys last year, so you guys don't really need to see that. I also have my favorite twine, which, as you can see, it's winding down finally, but I will definitely use this a lot. I also picked up some of these floral pieces from Dollar Tree, because I've seen some Pinterest stuff that I want to try with these little silver, like, foam ball looking things, and the pine cones are really cool. I also am gonna probably use some of my Christmas embellishments. You saw this container last year. Also this little container of some of my other ornament wood pieces that I like to use in my Christmas crafting. These are new ornaments that I picked up at Big Lots. I thought they were gonna be mini size, but they're not. I also have all the ornaments that I usually have in this little bin here. We've got the Dollar Tree ones. These smaller ones are from Five Below. Got some jingle bells, some more ornaments. These are all like leftovers that I use every year, and also from my December daily crafting and friend mail. So all of these from Dollar Tree, Five Below, and then there's some nicer Santa ones on the bottom from Home Goods, and then my pine cones that that I got last year from Target, the Wonder Shop. We've also got this little tray of stuff. I got this giant silver bow at Dollar Tree this year because I saw some Pinterest that looked really good with this, and I think I might use that. We'll see. These are all new from the Target Dollar Spot. Some giant wood tags. This one says Merry. You would have seen these in my Target Dollar Spot haul if you watched those. I'll try to link every video that I talk about in this video down below and also in the cards. This is new that I picked up this year. They're little ornaments from Big Lots. They say Merry and Bright on these reindeer heads, and they've got glittery snowflakes. These are the gift tags that I'm going to be using this year. The same ones from the Target Dollar Spot, and then also this I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna use the leftovers if I need to. I also have my big bag of tags that I use. I just put everything in here. I think there's nothing really new this year except for this one that I picked up at Dollar Tree, which is really cute. Then I've got this little container with some newer ornaments as well. I picked up these because I knew I was gonna do silver this year. Also this one when I was looking at Dollar Tree for smaller ornaments. I also picked up this one even though it's gold, just because I love the music notes. I also picked up this from Dollar Tree. I thought it'd be cute. I got a letter A for my boyfriend's name. I've got this garland from Walmart that I got I think last year. I think that's really cool, the little trees. I could probably use those. Just a lot of ornaments. I've got the glitter snowflakes, and then I bought a new one from Walmart last year, which I definitely didn't need. Because now I have too many, but we'll see what I end up using. I have a ton of things, obviously, as options, and whatever I don't use just goes back in the stash for next year. this ribbon because it looks like it kind of matches exactly with this wrapping paper. I didn't want to use gold, but I've already been using gold, so maybe I should just use it because I've had this ribbon for years now. I kind of hated this ribbon. It has such a weird material. It's like in between a paper and the plasticky kind of curling ribbon. But I ended up adding this little tag on here and a little snowflake. Yeah, I think it needed this tag on it to kind of just even out the floral on there. I think that looks pretty cute. This is a very crunchy gift. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to try this like ribbon out. Oh, it's kind of cool. You can puff up the bow because of the material that it is, if you guys can see. You can like puff up the bow. That's pretty cool. It's like a weird mesh material. I've just never used this on a gift before and I kind of just wanted to try it out. Kind of like it. It's kind of funky. These are those DIY ornaments from Dollar Tree that you can color. I'm gonna use that because I kind of like how that looks. Can we talk about how awesome this ornament is? I feel like Dollar Tree had some pretty cool musical ornaments this year. They had these music notes, and then they also had like cellos or like a violin, and also trumpet and trombone, I think, or French horn. But I was hoping they would have a saxophone, but I thought this would look really cute on top of a gift for my boyfriend because we both love music so much. So for this one, I decided to use the Hobby Lobby trim. I've been wanting to use it on a gift, so I just glued it down and then added this little ornament. I think that looks so cute. I mean, it is for my boyfriend, so he's probably gonna be like, why is it so girly? But I think it's so stinking cute. It's time to open up this Target Dollar Spot gift tag set finally. I think this is the gift tag set that I used in my first wrap gifts with me video, actually, which is kind of crazy. Saw something on Pinterest like this where they had the twine like spread out like that. I kind of like that with the little bulb on there. Here I did a little cluster of bows, since I have so many of these dang bows for years now. Okay, so we are officially on my last spare battery. But we should be good because this is the last gift anyways. several hours later, we're finally at the end, and we've got my gifts here. I'm gonna show you guys first my favorite, because you know, I wanted to try something different and use the florals. I think this is really, really cute. Most of them look pretty plain. I just added some different elements on there. I used different materials this time around. I really like this mesh because I was able to puff up the bows. I really liked this ornament right here, and then I used this giant bow. I've never really done that before. Really like how that's gonna look all together. But we've got this ornament too with the spread out twine, and then we've got the little baubles. You guys know how that's my favorite decor. I've got the little jingle bells, keeping it simple. And then we've got this one with the little snowflake, and I didn't really go crazy once again. I feel like I never really do go crazy, but I do have so much fun with this. This is one of the fun things that I like to do every year, adding some ornaments and doing stuff that's just cutesy and makes them all wonder why I'm putting in all that effort just for them to rip it open. But anyways, that is it for my wrapping gifts for this Christmas 2020. Thank you guys so much for joining me this year. I hope that you guys are having an amazing holiday season. I hope that you have a beautiful Christmas and a happy new year. Like I said previously in the video, if you guys want to check out my previous gift wrapping videos, there's some fun stuff in there. I will put those in the description box below and also in the cards above, and you can have endless amounts of, well, it's not endless because there's only like 3 videos, but there is quite a long time of gift wrapping for you to enjoy there. So thank you guys so much again for watching and for listening to me talk for quite a long time. So here's to just hoping and praying that 2021 just treats us a little better, or maybe a lot better than 2020 did for a lot of us. So I hope you guys have an amazing Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, have a great end of the year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!